Secretary General, Mr. Robin Marsh.
Can we give a warm round of applause for Duchess Niven, who has really given such a wonderful meal, and she's really promoted this event so amazingly, inviting a lot of you and a lot of the award winners, etc., in the program to come. So Duchess Niven Al Gamal is our UPF-UK patron. And we have another patron at the back who we'll be hearing from later. That's Ian Pelham-Turner, who's just become a patron. And we have a lot of other of our stars of UPF activities here. Thank you for coming, and very grateful for Mr. Ahmed Shabani also for inviting many people.
The Right Honourable Lady Carol Duncan. She just flew from America.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge also former High Commissioner for Sri Lanka. Maybe if you could stand, sir. Thank you so much for coming. And a few minutes ago, downstairs was the foreign minister of Congo-Brazzaville. He was downstairs having a iftar breakfast with us.
Honourable Ambassador of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Mr. Chris, the owner of Macwood Tea, the best company in the world. King Charles.
Mr. Ahmed Shabani is an amazing MC. We should get him up here to be MC. But, he had an event here recently where he's an amazing orator. So, few first of all, ground rules. One is that there's a toilet one floor up, and there are toilets also in the basement. In a dire emergency, and it's never happened, I've been here for 30 years, dire emergency with a fire, we can't leave, we go through here. There's a balcony. It's much easier to escape from. But it has never happened in 30 odd years.
Thank God.
Yes. So we can all pray that it will continue for the next 30 years. But thank you so much for coming, and for a number of you who it's maybe the first time to come. This building is owned by a charity which is affiliated with the Universal Peace Federation, and we make good use of it. They are very happy for us to have events like Stop Human Trafficking, World Interfaith Harmony Week, today the International Women's Day. We have a Women Supporting Women that Margaret runs. Margaret, you'll be hearing from Margaret in a few minutes. Margaret and I have been working together also most of the 30 years. Okay. Okay.
We are partners in peace.
Yes. So Universal Peace Federation is an international NGO, and we're the UK branch. We have general consultative status at the United Nations Economic and Social Council. And I think there are about 140 organizations that have general consultative status. So it means that you have a broader set of platforms upon which the UN's policies can be expressed, advocated, raised at a grassroots level.
It's 400 something within thousands of NGOs that are in UN. So because these are just selected groups that can help them. Because we are all over the world, because it is, we are all over the world, and we can help them. And that is why we get that status.
We're very happy to have a wide range of activities, and it's usually by partnering together, collaborating with other groups, because you can't have expertise in everything. I think Professor Bhikkhu Parekh, he came once and said, "You can't have like a monopoly of greatnesses. You can only specialize in a certain number of areas. And then it's best to have a collaboration with others." We are very happy to partner with other groups, particularly if they have similar principles and activities as ourselves.
Can I say something?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
We are here, and we actually almost enjoyed each other, a little bit. But this is all the doing of Duchess Naveen Al-Gamal. And she's absolutely the center of this meeting. Food, iftar is her idea. All these beautiful awards are her idea. And please come here, Duchess. Let me hold your hand. What are we going to say more?
So now you're introducing Patron's address and the poem.
Me?
Yeah, yes, you're introducing Duchess.
Who's the patron?
Duchess Niven.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm introduced. Okay. Now, Duchess Naveen has patron's address and poem, speech and poem recital. Please give us big. She's so busy, you don't know how much she works.
Thank you, everyone. Distinguished guests, esteemed leaders, brother and sister. Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak. It is a privilege to stand before you on this remarkable evening where we come together in the spirit of peace, reflection, and unity. Today, March 8th, is more than a date on the calendar. It is a call to action. As we celebrate International Women's Day, we honor the strength, resilience, and contribution of women across the world. But peace, respect, and understanding are at the heart of true progress. The power of respect. Tonight, as we break our fast together in a moment of reflection and gratitude, I want to emphasize something essential. Respect is the foundation of peace. Without respect for ourselves, for each other, for our differences, we cannot build a better world. I'm thrilled to announce the launch of my new book, The Power of Respect, available today on Amazon. This book is not just about words on a page. It is a mission, a movement, and a reminder that true peace begins within. We listen, understand, and honor each other's journeys. I hope that through this book, we can inspire a new way of thinking, one that values dignity, compassion, and equality for all. Thrombosis awareness and health advocacy. Behind respect, we must also recognize health as a fundamental human right. That is why I'm incredibly proud to announce that one of our great charities, Project 54, in partnership with a NDC association, has officially joined World Thrombosis Day today. In the presence of Mayor of Kensington, Will Lane, and the Honourable Joe Paul MP, we take a stand for a cause that affects millions. Thrombosis is a silent killer, striking without warning, leading to life-threatening complications. But awareness and early detection save lives. As someone who lives with thrombosis every single day, I know the struggle firsthand, the pain, the fatigue, the uncertainty. It is a battle that never truly ends. That is why awareness is crucial. I want to personally thank IV Boost UK for their outstanding support in managing my thrombosis. Women, peace, and the spirit of Ramadan. But tonight is about more than just one cause. It is about our collective power as women, as leaders, as community. As an African author and advocate, I am deeply humbled to share this moment with the Nigerian Diaspora Connection Association, UN Africa, united with UPF and the Project 54 Africa World Book Day celebration. Together, we use literacy, advocacy, and community to reshape narratives and empower future generations. During Ramadan, we reflect on compassion, justice, and service to others. It is a time to remember that true strength is not found in division, but in unity. It is in how we uplift, support, and empower one another. Here is my challenge to each of you. What can we do together? Spread awareness, educate others about the risks, support, respect, join the movement. We can stand together not just as women, not just as advocates, but as global forces for progress and peace. Let this Iftar, this International Women's Day, and this Ramadan serve as a reminder of our duty to uplift, to heal, and to empower. May this gathering be a beacon of hope, resilience, and collective strength. Amen. Can I invite Shahd to come to say my poem?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
I don't know. Which one?
Which one?
Here.
I don't think I was. Thank you. Where? From where?
From here.
Okay. Harmony. Hi, everyone. Okay, do you want me to start with? Okay, so basically, I'm a Palestinian poet, but it's an honor for me to be reading your poem today. So it's called Harmony Through Diversity, a song for Universal Peace Federation. In halls where hope and hearts unite, a dream of peace shines bold and bright. With voices strong and hands entwined, we build a world of love and light. Through every struggle, every fight, we rise together, hearts ignite. Across all borders, lands, and seas, we stand for hope, we stand for peace. We are the change, we are the light, breaking the silence, shining so bright. Through love and faith, through unity, we find our strength in diversity. From every faith, from every land, we rise as sisters, hand in hand. Through trials fought and paths once crossed, we heal, we lift, we share the cost. Their hands have built, their hearts have led, through whispered prayers, through words unsaid. And now we sing, we stand as one, beneath the setting London sun. We are the change, we are the light, breaking the silence, shining so bright. Through love and faith, through unity, we find our strength in diversity. And there's more, isn't it? I love it. And here's to the ones who lead with grace, who fight with love, who light the way. To every voice, to every face, we honor courage, strength, and faith. We are the change, we are the light, breaking the silence, shining so bright. Together strong, together free, we are the world in harmony. So here's to peace, and here's to grace, to hearts that heal and love embrace. The path is clear, let's walk as one. With faith, with hope, the work is done. Let this song be an anthem of unity, peace and strength for the Universal Peace Federation. Thank you. It's a beautiful song. Please, speak about you. Oh yes, can I please get my book? Just say. Yeah, I'm just going to show. So basically, okay. So those who don't know who I am, my name is Shahid Karain, used to be Mahnavi. I'm a Palestinian poet, peace advocate, women advocate. I have published 2 poetry books and helped to raise over £1 million to Palestinian charities. Everything went to Gaza. So I just wanted to say that my second poetry book is to empower women. And I would like for this book, some of the money to go to UPF, just as a small contribution. So please, if it's available.
We have many copies today, please.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Okay.
Can I buy one?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Yeah, my books are here, yeah. Yes, you can, yeah. Thank you so much. And there's one poem, it's called What If? I just want to dedicate this to women out there who are scared, constantly thinking, what if I get on with my life? There's always a barrier. I think this poem resonates, I'm sure, not only with me, but with so many. Okay, let me just try and find it, because this is a newly published book. What if, what if, what if? Okay. What if you walk the path of age with only your shadow as companion? What if the weight of regret crushes your spirit for daring to break free? What if the world stands against you casting stones of disbelief and blame? What if friendships crumble and the echoes of accusations ring in your ears? What if sickness chains you to a bed of solitude, abandoned by those you once knew? What if these burdens torment your mind, suffocating the spark of hope? What if interference never tainted the sacred sanctuary of my life? I know the depths of my being, far beyond your gaze. Women, bearers of silent fears and stifled dreams, shackled by doubts and the grip of control. The what-ifs linger beside them, a haunting presence as they face their final breath. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll put Shahid's books at the back, just in front of the AV desk. Okay, thank you. On the table there. Next, we're very happy to invite up Mr. Ian Palam-Turner. Ian is a longtime friend, but recently he accepted to be a patron of UPF-UK, for which we're very grateful. He's been helping us a lot with media and with interviews, a lot of supporting advice as well, for which we're very grateful. Thank you so much. He's a very experienced journalist. So for a long time, he was a royal family photographer and then a royal correspondent. He knows all the royal family, and together with Helen at the back, Helen Chard, they run a show called The Regally Rich Royal Lifestyle, which goes out on US Global TV and Albanian TV and many other channels. Please welcome him. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Can I first of all really look at all the ladies in the room? You look amazing tonight. You look stunning. And can I also commend Duchess Naveen? I know the troubles that she's been through recently. This is a very courageous, beautiful woman. And I think the reality at the moment is she is the real vision of empowerment for women in Britain today. She's fabulous. So what do women mean for me? I always, whenever I get to talk about things like this, I always say, I love women. And even more, I love womanhood. And womanhood saved me many years ago when I went through my troubled times, and then women circled me in love and gave me the inspiration and the values of moving forward in my life as well. They didn't have to do it, and they did. There's a couple of people I would like to mention tonight as well. Amina, one of my best friends at the moment. Now, Amina, I met a couple of weeks ago at UPF, and she is the most tremendous artist you'd ever possibly want to meet and imagine. And recently she came on one of our shows, and then afterwards she invited me to her studio. And from that one visit, we're now going to open up a community TV network in her building as well for the communities right across Britain. But also, the reason why I'm telling you tonight is this young lady, basically she was deaf for 25 years, I think. And then 1 year ago, she took cognitive AI implants, and now she can hear. Wow. But that's not the bravest thing that she is doing, because now this young lady is going to do wing walking for charities. She's going to, so basically what wing walking is that she will sit on top of a biplane and they will fly her into midair, and she goes flying across the crowds and the clouds. And so anybody who wants to sponsor her tonight, she's looking for more sponsors because it's all going to charities. And she's the most fabulous woman again. I just, when I meet women like yourselves, what great stories you have and what great values you have at the same time. And I'm especially honoured tonight because my own colleague, Helena Shard, is here. And Helena saved me from all sorts of things. We've now done 3,000 shows across the world, and we talk about the royal family all day long and the gossip and the things that are going on. And I mean, I swear to goodness, I don't know where the Americans dig up some of these stories that we have to answer, but it's almost like they think that the crown actually is the crown, is the reality to what's going on in life. But Helena, I think as well, is really the type of person who, she's very kind, she's very generous with her time, and she is a great broadcaster and also a great royal photographer at the same time. And I think with women like Helena in the room and Duchess Naveen, Amina, you're amazing. You ladies are amazing to actually listen to and see. And I always say I would never want to be a woman, because what you go through in life is so hard, I think, a lot of the time. And I think you have to, you've got enormous amounts of strength, enormous amounts of courage as well. And so what do I think about womanhood? Womanhood is my favorite expression, because I think, with womanhood, it shows the values of women in total. you know, your courage, your stability, your intelligence. I had to address a meeting here recently, and basically it was about 76 men and there were 4 women in the audience. And normally I get to the front so I can see the audience anyway beforehand. And this particular time I'd arrived slightly late, so I didn't know what they looked like. And I came up on stage, and there were 76 of the sternest male faces I've ever seen in my entire life. And in the middle were these 4 ladies. And so I started off by saying, I do love ladies. And they stood up and clapped. They stood up and clapped. And these men were astonished that I was actually sort of even talking about the subject as well. And I think, you know, I always say that I think women, I hope men will forgive me tonight, but women are more intelligent. And I think if there were more women in power today, the place would be a much more peaceful society as well, you know? And I think, you know, that bless you. So it's so joyful to actually sort of talk on a night like this as well about peace as well. One of the ladies, you know, the poetess was talking about, you know, her being in Palestine. And there's all sorts of things that I've been in my career. And a couple of years ago, I was part of a peace mission to go to Lebanon. And at the time, it was one of the most strangest things I've ever seen, because I had to we were trying to create a peace television station in Lebanon. And we'd gone the rounds of the United States Embassy. We'd been doing all the embassies. And then one day they said, okay, now you've got to come and meet Hezbollah. Now, Hezbollah, as probably everybody knows, is seen as a terrorist organization. So then I was given a Hezbollah military event, you know, that they came and they protected me through their areas as well. And we finally ended up at this house. And in this house were 30 people, mainly women. And there was food, the table was groaning with food. And for them to be able to do that, they hadn't eaten for 3 days. They hadn't eaten for 3 days, just so that we could have sort of a table of food as well. And I think, you know, when I see things like that, and one of the things, and it still gets me emotional, I was talking to this 15-year-old girl who had learnt English. And I was asking her, what do you want to do in life? And she looked into my eyes and she said, I want to be a pilot. And I'm thinking, I hope you're going to be alive. I hope you're going to be alive. Because I think, you know, what is really happening these days, and especially in countries like that, is monstrous. It is absolutely monstrous. And I think, you know, what events like this does on days like this is it gives women a voice. But I want to see women have a voice every single day. I want to see, you know, where they can actually stand up and talk about the issues that are really, really important for them at the same time. And I think, you know, but by doing that, we get a lot more empathy in this world. Because really, what everybody wants is peace. How do you create peace? How do you actually sort of keep it going? And let's be honest, the mothers, the women in this room and the women across the world are generally the peacemakers. You are the ones who try to find a solution to a problem that is so important to actually be with today. And so when I talk about things like this, it's emotional for me as well, because I want to see women winning. Hella and I, we do our own TV show where most weeks we have some incredible female guests on as well. Our show goes out across the world, and it's there to really promote women's issues and community issues as well. We talk about the royal family, we do other things at the same time, but it's a most important part to actually be able to do something like this. So tonight is a very special night for you all. I commend every single woman in this room.
Thank you.
Because I think you're amazing. I think you're amazing. So, and tonight, what is happening as well is that I'm going to be doing some interviews as well. So anybody who wants to be interviewed by me afterwards, or I'm not sure when it's exactly supposed to be happening, but we've just organised a studio just outside the doorway there. Come and talk about your lives. Come and talk about what you're doing right now, and come and talk about the future of how you want to create peace. So thank you so much.
Amina, could you stand up? Can you stand up? So Amina is raising money for Duke of Edinburgh Award so that young people can participate in the Duke of Edinburgh Award. And she's going to go on a biplane wing walking, where they strap you in. Can you imagine doing that? So if you want to support her, she's asking for donations. If you want to support her, please go and ask her for the details. She can send it to you by WhatsApp. Thank you. Thank you. I can't imagine getting on top of a plane. Thank you. Amazing. Amazing. Next, we're going to have the introductory video.
For UPF, yeah? Yes.
Okay. So, Raymond, if you can roll with the introductory video. This is an explanation for
UPF had its inaugural assembly on September 12, 2005, at the Lincoln Center in New York City. Reverend Sun Myung Moon delivered the keynote address.
In closing, I ask you to devote your best efforts for the development and the success of the Universal Peace Federation. Thank you. Thank you.
After UPF was founded, there was a series of world tours where the message of UPF was taken literally to every corner of the world.
That it is time for all nations and religions to break down their barriers. Through this, the era of one family under God will arrive and last forever.
UPF is God's cherished hope. The founders spoke repeatedly of an international peace highway connecting the world from Santiago, Chile to London, across the Bering Strait, what has come to be known as the Peace Road, and a vision for a renewed United Nations. UPF emerged on the foundation of decades of programs initiated by its founders and carried out in all parts of the world. Its growth and development over the past 15 years has been dramatic, if not miraculous, owing in large part to the work of tens of thousands of ambassadors for peace, peace activists, and volunteers who draw from all nationalities, religions, ethnicities, cultures, and traditions, bound together by a vision of peace, a vision of humanity as one global family under one God. The range of programs over the years has been both broad and expansive, from character education to strengthening the family, from conflict prevention to conflict resolution, from poverty reduction to environmental stewardship, from interfaith dialogue to youth service initiatives, from support of the United Nations to partnerships with the African Union and a wide range of international organizations and NGOs. UPF has a global, multinational, multi-faith network of more than 100,000 ambassadors for peace who support and contribute to the mission and works of UPF. UPF's highest award, the Leadership and Good Governance Award, has been given to distinguished leaders the world over. The World Summit Series is UPF's flagship program involving the highest level of leaders from around the globe, including current and former heads of state and government, to address the critical challenges facing humanity.
Very appropriate that we are here on the 100th anniversary of Reverend Moon's birth, because out of the devastation of World War II and the Korean War, he and his bride found the courage to dream that they could achieve something. And it is amazing what they have created together.
Programs have been successfully held in Korea, the USA, Senegal, South Africa, Nepal, Cambodia, and other nations. The most recent structural innovation within UPF has been the creation of a set of associations dedicated to collaboration among leaders from various fields. These pillar associations are: the International Summit Council for Peace was initiated by UPF co-founder Dr. Hak Jahan Moon in 2019 on the occasion of World Summit 2019 in Seoul, Korea. ISCP is an international network of current and former heads of state and government. The International Association of First Ladies, IAFLP, a project of the ISCP, affirms and uplifts the unique role of First Ladies in contributing to peace and development. IAFLP brings together current and former First Ladies from throughout the world, drawing upon their experience and wisdom as women leaders and as role models who serve their countries in significant ways. The International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace, IAPP, is a worldwide association of parliamentarians which provides a forum to bring their experience and wisdom to bear in the search for solutions to our world's problems. UPF maintains that any successful strategy for peace must take into account the spiritual dimension of our human identity, experience, and interactions. Based on this worldview, UPF initiated the Interreligious Association for Peace and Development, IAPD. The International Media Association for Peace, IMAP, represents a worldwide professional network of journalists who support a socially responsible and moral media. IMAP recognizes the vital role that journalists play in providing objective reporting to foster an informed citizenship. The International Association of Academicians for Peace, IAAP, is a global interdisciplinary academic initiative aimed at contributing toward the realization of a world of lasting peace. IAAP is dedicated to building professional networks for academicians to foster a world of peace. The International Association for Peace and Economic Development, IAED, affirms the role of businesses, business leaders, and investors to make the world a better place. In early 2020, UPF convened a Rally of Hope featuring dignitaries including Pastor Paula White, Cambodia Head of State His Excellency Hun Sen, President Macky Sall of Senegal, former Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper, former US Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich, former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and many others.
I believe that the Universal Peace Federation and its broad set of partnerships in the realms of politics, religion, academia, media, economy, arts, women and youth serve as a good model. I believe the Universal Peace Federation will become a cornerstone to build lasting peace around the world and a heavenly unified Korea based on interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values.
What a wonderful video. Thank you, UPF, for your unwavering commitment to peace, unity, and dialogue. Us in UPF envision a world of permanent peace, home to a harmonious global community based on interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal shared values. Our work continues to inspire and guide everyone on this incredible journey towards a more harmonious world. Grateful for the mission of peace and respect. Please visit our website for more information, upf.org. Welcome to a night of celebration and inspiration. Tonight, we gather to honor excellence, resilience, and impact. At this prestigious award night, this evening is a tribute to those women who have inspired change, uplifted communities, and led with purpose. Let's celebrate their achievement and the incredible stories that shape a better world. Our first award, Woman of Peace Award. Please welcome with me, Mother Margaret Ali. Mother Margaret Ali is a dedicated peace advocate, humanitarian, and director of Universal Peace Federation, UK, committed to fostering unity and interfaith cooperation. Born into an Armenian Christian family, she defied cultural boundaries by marrying a British Muslim of Indian Pakistani origin. Too much detail. Her journey led her across continents, from publishing in London to community work in Africa. Inspired by her experience, she embraced peace building through UPF, promoting global dialogue and recognition. Mother Margaret's leadership bridges faith and culture, emphasizing understanding, acceptance, and love. A beacon of hope, she continued to monitor future peace building, believing what true peace starts from within. Congratulations. Please, can you come? Tell them.
Thank you.
Please say something.
It is so beautiful, isn't it? You better put it somewhere before I break it. You know, I was very surprised, as I'm one of the organizers, that I should get the award. But it is a way to really, Duchess said, say your life story. I said, it will take 3 days. But, but I'm going to, maybe in 3 minutes, tell you a few things, or not even 3 minutes. I met my husband, my future husband, Saeed, when I was in Beirut, in International University. No, it's not international. It's American University of Beirut. I was at the age of 17. I came from a very strict Armenian Orthodox Christian community, And it would be very rare, not even imagine, like this is 60 years ago, imagine that I could marry a non-Armenian and non-Christian. It's like an amazing thing. So I never hoped that I could get married, but through our love to one another, and by the way of my husband finding me a course I wanted to do in microbiology in his university, because he traveled to Liverpool to get his PhD, and then he also arranged for me to come, otherwise I couldn't come. You know, I couldn't say, what would I say to my parents? I've never left home. Anyway, so that way we started, we become married. You know, most people are live in sin, and I was living in not sin, but not telling people that I'm married, just in case my parents hear it first. So therefore, when we came to Lebanon, I prayed so much, I can't believe it, that my husband should be really well treated, you know, because I have a huge family. So amazingly, there was not one negative told me, because they're very free with me. They can say anything, they can hit me. But it's because my husband is such a good person. And I've really started introducing our families to some other amazing big world, you know. It set a pattern in my life of breaking down barriers and embracing a wider world. I never thought about religion. I thought about God a lot, but I never thought about a religion, because I didn't want my husband to say, "Oh, what are you doing?" etc. He wasn't practicing. I wasn't practicing, so I didn't want any. I'm Christian. He's Muslim. So, but God had other things for me. I just met some lady from Unification Movement and started talking to me about this and that, and I said to him, "Please, don't say anything about religion, just about God, if you want to talk." And finally, I also kind of was a friend to the group, went to cook for them, to eat, etc. You know, and then suddenly one day we had a fireside, and because my children were young, my husband went home. And they said to me, "Oh, Margaret, can you just hold hands? We're praying." And then I said, "Don't expect me to pray." It was all right. And then before me, there was 3, 4, 5, 6 people praying. It was nothing like other prayers. Usually I say, "Our Father who art in heaven." It's not anything that's strict. It just you tell your heart what you feel at that time. When the candle, there was passing candle, when the candle passed to me, I said I wanted to give it to the other person, but I couldn't. I was just holding it. And suddenly, I started crying and praying. I found it so amazing. You know, I was not looking for God. God found me, in a way. You know, it was amazing. It's a huge, like, warmth and like nobody can say God doesn't exist to me. Nobody. Because I had that experience. I always cherish it. So an interesting thing about this is when I found God, then I started kind of thinking what to do. I was in publishing, and I was not unhappy. I was very good, you know, very kind of accomplished in work. But suddenly another thing happened. a game from God. My husband wanted to go to Nigeria because he wanted to. His PhD was on mosquitoes and things like that, and then because he wanted to. In Nigeria, everybody says I have fever. That means they have whatever the yellow thing. And then when we came there, my boss said, your husband is in Nigeria. Why don't you go to Nigeria for us? Just go and see what's happening. And I was working on the Middle East side, but now he sent me to the other side. And then when I went to Nigeria, I just saw such a big new world, you know. And my boss said, just go for some few weeks. And I was there for maybe 4 years. And in that, I was very moved amongst African people, particularly the women. They're so courageous, the women. They always wake up early, sell things and do things, and I really loved it. And when the time came, I decided not to work in publishing and came and to work here just with another organization before Universal Peace Federation. But many people were surprised. What are you doing? But look, I was more than 46, 48 years, I'm here. And I am so happy because I can really, really use my character, my love, my kindness to people, my spirit. It shines when I'm with people, you know? And then I go home, it's sleep. What I mean is, everybody says, why do you work at this age? It's because I love my work. I love peace. I love bringing people together and learning about each other. I learned a lot from Nigeria, from other countries. No, I was also in Algeria. And also, it's not that, it's always that where I went, always women shine, always. Sometimes they're suppressed, but they shine. So I'm very happy to be here and to see you all, and hopefully we'll have a peaceful world very soon. Thank you.
Moving to romance, let's present our Love Coach of the Year award to Ms. Gail D'Souza.
Love money, definitely. Thank you so much for the award.
Just 1 second. Pick up one.
Ms. Gail D'Souza is a leadership for love attraction coach, entrepreneur, and founder of Soulmate and the Monetize app. With nearly a decade of experience in love coaching, she helps individuals break emotional barriers to attract meaningful relationships. Her approach blends practical strategies with spiritual techniques, empowering clients to manifest authentic love. A strong advocate for financial literacy, Gail integrates emotional well-being with financial success through workshops, and the Monetize app. Please welcome
Thank you. Thank
Gail
you.
D'Souza.
Thank you. Before I start, I would ask if you could all join in with me by placing your hand on your heart, if you'd be so kind to do that. Basically, feel the beat. That is your power, your life force, everything you desire, love, success, financial freedom, peace, begins here. Now take a deep breath in and out. The most important time is now, because the thoughts in this moment defines your future, the way you think about love, about money, about peace, and about your own worth. This is what shapes you. Attract this into your life. My name is Gail D'Souza, as mentioned, and I'm a leadership love attraction coach. I've helped many people navigate through love, and that's from being single, from divorced, from late bloomers, and people who just feel left out of love. In the UK and around the world, we see a lot of people who are feel alone. So I also help with community projects on empowering people with self-love. The two areas that I actually focus on is love and money, because both of them go hand in hand. For example, if you have a loved one who falls sick, you would love to have the financials to drop everything, pay for the best healthcare, fly them to Switzerland and get the best health. We have, in society, we should really be having love and money be taught in the education system, but unfortunately it isn't. Even things like, for example, in our education system, we have graduates or postgraduates who actually have a life of debt when they come out of university. And with that debt, they actually go into finding jobs, not meaningful jobs, just to pay their debt. So we need to change the way how we think and have our relationship with also money. I also help a lot of people in the business community to also help with getting the right business partners, and this love of having your business is so important, because that shapes the ethical businesses that we need in this world today. So with the power of love, it is an energy, it's a force, and most of us have not been brought up with what love is from a young age. Unfortunately, if you came from an abusive background, you may actually think that love is abusive. And until you break that pattern, until you break that pattern without defining what love is and understanding the power of it, and build a template that is high-powered, unfortunately, we enter into a life of drudgery. So I ask that you actually understand and see the importance of love in everything you do. And even today, this evening, we need to generate more love in everything we do, even the people we sit around, even when we walk into a room. We are projecting love before we've actually walked into that room. So also, just on the note, money is also a pure energy. We need to elevate our consciousness about money, to actually give love to money, to educate more women about money. For example, one of the latest scenarios, a woman who'd had a life partner for 45 years, partner unfortunately dies, but they never married. They did not have a will. And so can you imagine financially, the woman is now struggling to sort her life out. So it's important to understand about money in everything we actually do. Pensions, even parents, if you've got kids, you must do a will. Because if you don't do a will, you will leave your child to the authorities to handle. So these two areas, love and money, is so important. And that is why I've also built an app called Monetize. And Monetize is actually to empower people financially and using the fuel of love. I'd like to also say that the other part with regards to money is we do need to teach our children more so, because the children are future generations and they're the ones that are going to take care of us, but they must understand more about money and using social media to educate and not to waste time scrolling around and thinking, oh, it's entertainment, because the social media has a power to educate and empower, or it has a power to make us into a Luddite society. So love and money, so important. We need to educate, and that's what I'm about. And I also want to give 30% discount to anyone who, for the UPF members, if they want assistance in this. Thank you. Thank you.
Empowerment Champion Award. Welcome, PC Rani, Gungro, West Midland Police longest serving female officer in West Midland Police, joining in 1980s, when women and people of color face significant challenges. PC Rani has dedicated over 4 decades to fostering diversity and community cohesion. She has served in various roles, including Vice, Serious Complex Crime, CID, and Domestic Violence Units. In 2020, she was awarded the Queen's Police Medal, the highest honor in policing. In October 2024, she received the Cecilian Fay Allen Lifetime Achievement Award at the National Black Police Association Conference, recognizing her relentless dedication to community integration. PC Gungru continues to support the next generation of officers as a positive action coordinator.
Thank you.
So much.
So, yes, I've received this award, but I will say that it's everyone's award, because without everyone, these things cannot happen. So today we have come together on International Women's Day, but never forget that every day should be International Women's Day, business as usual. I'm so very honoured and humbled to receive the award, but I will accept it, recognising that it is everyone's award that have been a part of my journey, celebrating and recognising the accumulation of years and years of determination, embraced in hard work, unwavering passion, and insatiable thirst for knowledge, serving humanity. I applaud everyone who has embarked on the journey of serving humanity in the interests of local, regional, national, and international peace in a world of immense adversity. This moment is a testament of the power of human potential and the pursuit of brilliance in the face of adversity. The world we live in is vast and diverse, filled with challenges that can seem insurmountable. Yet, it is precisely in the face of adversity that the human spirit shines the brightest. Today is a celebration of everyone's potential and the bright, audacious minds before me that can believe the world can be a better place. In the face of challenges, remember, you are more resilient than you realize. Your ability to adapt and learn from failures and to bounce back with renewed determination will be your greatest asset. You are not alone in your journey. Seek out your mentors, wise guides, who can offer their support and wisdom for the bigger goodness. Surround yourself with positive influences and like-minded, righteous individuals with a shared passion of positive change. Never underestimate the power of small actions. Every act of kindness and every effort to lift up others can bring about profound transformation and growth. Embrace diversity and inclusion. Remember too, there cannot be diversity if there isn't any inclusion in the first place. The world is a tapestry of cultures and ideas that deserve to be shared. Embrace the opportunities to build those safer, harmonious communities where everyone is respected and valued, no matter what part of the world you are from. Let your courage define you and not your fears. Until we all accept that we are all part of the global human family, we must continue to build on kindness and supporting each other. It is about understanding each other and moving beyond simple tolerance to embracing and celebrating the rich dimensions of diversity contained within each individual. It is also about the acceptance of and respect for people's differences. The yearning for learning has never diminished, and people are just so very important to me. It's not so much about what I say or do, but the lasting memory undoubtedly will be of how I made that person feel at the material times that will be remembered. You must have that synergy to develop self-confidence, and that I believe comes from the strong family work ethic in the DNA, selfless service for humanity. These are very exciting and challenging times. I salute all those that have been on the journey with me, raising awareness, considering the needs of others, and never giving up hope that the world can be a better place. Those who are determined to make a better future must never feel that the system is stacked against them. In fact, as the saying goes, be the change you wish to see in the world. Never change your good originality for the sake of others, because no one can play your role better than you. You have to believe in yourself first. Be that determined person that wants to achieve, and be the natural inspirational role model for others. Learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. For those of us that can understand, gifted are they who see beautiful things where other people see nothing. Life is not about being rich, famous, popular, and certainly not selfish, self-centered, self-serving, or even deluded to being perfect. It is simply being real, sincere, humble, and above all, sharing kindness. For serving humanity is like the best things in life are for free. So do recognize that nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. As Maya Angelou quote states, each time a woman stands up for herself without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. So no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Every day is an adventure. Embrace it with an open heart. When you get up in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive. Every one woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We are strongest when we support each other. And no matter how hard times may be, remember there are millions in even worse situations than us. I will end by leaving you with this one simple thought, that no candle loses its light by lighting another candle. It can simply just get brighter. Thank you. Thank you.
I believe so.
Thank you. You're going to do two?
No, it's here. Thank you very much. Diversity and Inclusion Award, presented to Miss Caroline Howard. Thank you. Miss Caroline Hayward, known as the Harley Street Stress Expert, is a champion of diversity, inclusion, and mental well-being, a TV presenter, speaker, and certified trainer. She empowers individuals from all backgrounds to overcome stress, trauma, and PTSD using chakra, physiology, and behavioral therapy. An ambassador for peace and Global Leadership Award recipient, Ms. Caroline actively promotes mental health awareness, emotional resilience, and inclusion healing practices across communities and workplaces. Welcome, Ms. Caroline.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to start by saying, wow. Wow, and I haven't got anything prepared because I generally find that speaking from my heart is the right place to speak. And I had and have a dream. And that dream is that one day we will have world peace. And I've had that dream ever since I was a child and never watched war, never saw any understanding about guns. I wouldn't watch anything that was people were shooting each other, and I wouldn't watch the news because I believed if I didn't see it, then it wasn't there. And then in 1992, I studied international marketing, and I was studying for my Chartered Institute of Marketing postgrad diploma. And then I had to study about war. And so I was much older when I found out about war, and it was a big baptism of fire. I've lived a very Christian life from the age of 5 to 15, and all of my teachings were from God. I grew up in church. And then some things happened, and I left the church, and I was wandering around in the wilderness for 40 years. And this is significant because I didn't realize it was significant. And then my baby brother passed away in 2018. And I was looking for something to play a bigger part in creating world peace. Just playing my part, to do something, to do anything. But in 2016, I had that calling and I was given a platform to speak, and I started speaking on stage. And what that led to was opportunities that were beyond my wildest dreams. Do you remember? I have had a dream. And if your dream is big enough and it's hairy enough, people come to you with the platforms, with the way for you to do what you need to do. I had an amazing mentor called Philip Chan, and he also was an ambassador for peace here. And I met him in my speaking career through Andy Harrington. And I didn't know, and this is how you land up with opportunities that you don't even realise until you're in them. But we landed up having lunch together, had no idea who he was. And he started coming to all of the talks that I ever did. And then he introduced me to a platform called USA Global TV and Radio. He said, you have to be there because you have something to share. You have some value and it will help a lot of people. And for 1 year, I said, no, I'm not good enough. I can't do live TV. I'm just not good enough. I don't have enough content. I can do one-on-one and I can do little talks, but I can't do live television. So for a whole year, he berated me. And then he just got cross with me and said, just get on with it. So I did. And I booked an interview on the 7th of July, 21. 7-7. I don't know how that happened. Sometimes it's fate, isn't it? 7-7. And at the end of that interview with Dr. Jacqueline, who is the owner and founder, and director and visionary and all things great about that station and that global channel, she invited me to be part of the team. And almost 4 years later, I'm still there, hosting and bringing people on as guests. And I realised that I got over myself and got over my own dissatisfaction with, will I look okay? Will the camera look all right? Is my lipstick okay? Because the message was bigger. The message was bigger than all that stuff. And when the message is really important, then all that other stuff just drops. I had to get over some technical disabilities. But what has happened is I now am live streamed on USA Global TV and Radio, which is on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And what's beautiful about that is more people get access to my talks, and all I want to do is educate people to help them break through the patterns that create their stress. I usually start by saying I'm a TV presenter, resident therapist, and Harley Street expert, but I didn't need to do that because it was already done. But one of the things that it's brought me in my journey since I lost my dad in 2000 is that I went into a depression. And that depression, it really changed who I was. I was a very bubbly, outgoing, social person, and it changed me. And it changed me for the worst. And I didn't know who I was, where I was, and what life was all about. And I've been struggling to find some answers. And I entered UPF in January 2019. And what I realised was I reunited with my family and I found God again. I reunited my relationship with God. And I found a family of soul brothers and sisters. And I'm here today to say that without UPF, I don't think I'd be here in the way that I am. And I owe a lot to UPF. And I owe a lot to Margaret and Robin and Raymond and all the people that are here. And my final message to you is that life's a journey. All of it's a journey. And when we're born with no mind, we're born with no trauma, we're born with no drama, and there is nothing going on up here at all. And what happens is life hits us, and then we shut down our feelings and emotions. And when we shut down our feelings and emotions, the escape route is here. And that's where all the pain is, when we're in the mind. And so I always talk about moving from head to heart. It's a short distance, but it can take a long journey to get there. And I didn't realise that when I was talking about head to heart, that it's very in alignment with how UPF are working head wing to heart wing. And there was a lot of synergies, head wing to heart wing. But when we move from here to here, we all go into a place of inner peace. And that's what I wish for you, your families, the communities, and the wider world at large. And if we believe it, I believe that we can create our dream. Let's create world peace. Namaste. Thank you.
Beauty with Purpose Award, presented to Ms. Hera Kruja, in recognition of her dedication to advocacy for humanitarian causes through her talent, inspiration, change on the Miss World platform. Congratulations for the pregnancy.
Thank you so much.
Anyway. Ian, you come.
Ian.
He cannot come first. Okay. He should sit in the front.
One second.
I know.
Well done.
Any more comments?
Yes, yes.
More joining.
You're lucky of everyone.
You are the biggest. Hey, your husband.
No, it's okay. Yes, please, come in. Come join us.
That's a big job to do. Okay, on the count 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hera Kuraja is internationally acclaimed model, TV presenter, journalist, and business manager, crowned Miss Global Greece and top model UK. She has walked New York, London, Milan, and Madrina Fashion Weeks. As a journalist, she has hosted fashion, lifestyle, and wellness shows, creating insight, health documentarians, and NHS program leader, and she mentors young professionals to promote community well-being and holistic health. She's a Universal Peace Federation ambassador and chairs its International Media Association for Peace in the UK. Welcome, Hera.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Let me see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. What an honor it is today to receive this award for my achievements on International Women's Day. I want to briefly share my experiences so that I can talk about the lessons learned. When I'm reflecting on my journey as a Miss Global Greece, Face of the World International winner, global model, but also as a certified journalist and healthcare leader, two things come to my mind: resilience and multidimensional. As the national winner of Miss Global Greece, I had the opportunity to represent my country in Cambodia, where it was a journey of self-discovery, but also where I had the opportunity to learn how important it is to be a role model for younger generations. And since then, I've been trying to mentor more young people. Each title, each journey, has been an experience, a new experience and chapter of pushing boundaries and learning, though, that through these boundaries, we can have potential that is limitless, as long as we want to achieve really hard what we need to. We women have a journey, and we are expected to have multiple roles in our society. But that journey is not without challenges. A lot of times we will have doubts, but I know that it's that time that our strength emerges. Through my experiences, I have a lot of lessons learned, but these are the things that I always keep in mind, and I would like to remind to you and to myself. First of all, we should try to embrace our multidimensional self. We are not defined only by one factor, so we should remember to follow and chase our dreams, no matter if we think that it's too late about them. Believe me, some of my dreams became a reality much later in my life, including my second master's degree in journalism. We should use our voice to talk about what we believe in, and we shouldn't be afraid to speak up when we need to, even if it is at times when we need to put our own boundaries in order for other people to respect us. We are better together. Remember that our journey, we will have a lot of challenges, but don't be afraid to ask for help. I can reassure you that you will find someone that genuinely will want to help you. So remember to ask for help when you need to. Throughout the years, I've been mentoring young people. I've been using also my social platforms. On Instagram, we are quite a lot now. We're more than 120,000 people. During those years, I've learned how important it is to help them and how much influence we can have in those generations. So there is real potential there to help them regarding what they want to achieve. Another thing that I have in mind, especially now, as you say, I'm pregnant, is that one of the most important roles in our life is motherhood. And we should remember that we have the responsibility to shape the future generations. We can shape the future leaders, the men and women, in the way that we want them to be. So we should remember to lead by example. And hopefully one day we will live in a world where there is no war. Today, it's a celebration not only for the past achievements that we had, but also for the future. So I would like us to commit all together that we will try to make a word that women will thrive and that they will have equal opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And congratulations again for the pregnancy. Humanitarian Service Award presented to Ms. Kuljat Sandhu. Please welcome. In recognition of her outstanding commitment to providing impactful humanitarian work, especially in unserved communities, in line with the principle of UDHR. Robin? Margaret? Yeah. Ms. Kuljat Sandhu, CEO of RISE, supports women from racialized and devastated backgrounds in overcoming challenges. Beginning as a proportion officer in LAMPS in the 1990s, she specialized in domestic abuse, diversity, and equality, developing monitoring and intervention programs. In response to transforming rehabilitation reforms, she founded RISE, securing Europe's largest offender program contract. Her holistic, family-centered approach advances peace, social justice, and rehabilitation. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you, everyone, and it's a real honour to receive this award. As Ronnie said as well, that this recognition is not just about my achievements, and I have been working within the criminal justice system for over 30 years. I know you must be thinking, yes, she looks younger than that, but it's also about our collective response to tackle one of humanity's most persistent and devastating challenges, which is violence against women and girls. Some of the area of work that we've been doing is to reduce the violence and harm, but as you can see, some of the statistics are sobering. 1 in 3 women worldwide experience physical and sexual violence in their lifetime. In UK, 1 woman a week is killed by a man. Gender-based violence, particularly domestic settings, is not a women's issue, it is a human rights issue. It is, in order to erode global peace and stability, it weakens the very fabric of society and the families that we hold dear. When we allow violence against women and girls to persist, we are complicit in perpetuating circles of trauma across generations, undermining the ability to create lasting peace within our homes and our communities. Some of the work that we feel really strongly about in RISE, and something I also feel very strongly about and lead on. Through my work, I've had the privilege of meeting survivors of domestic abuse, children that have been impacted on domestic abuse, and lots of men that have caused harm. But the women that have experienced unsurmountable and imaginable abuse, yet risk their lives to speak out and share their pain, will always stay with me, and they help to heal others. We work with women and mothers that are that have children that display considerable violence against them. Mothers that have been strangled, thrown down the stairs by their violent young child, find courage to break this cycle of abuse. We support them in teaching them nonviolent resistance techniques, reconnecting them with their children, and ultimately breaking harmful patterns. These women have taught me, and I know that it would teach you, that resilience and courage are indeed renewable resources, but we shouldn't rely on resilience. They should be safe and empowered. Women should be safe and empowered and free of fear. And the path that I think is so important is multiple fronts. First, we need to have unwavering support for women and survivors, and so that they feel safe and foster long-term healing and economic independence. Secondly, we cannot do this without addressing the root causes of violence, working with men and women that rehabilitate those to no longer cause harm in society. This is not just a UK issue, it's a global issue. And one of the other things that I think is crucial is to invest heavily in prevention, starting with education. We need to teach young boys to respect equality and empathy so they can grow up and understand and model healthy relationships. Finally, we need to amplify, and we've heard from wonderful women today, the voices of women and girls, and support young people to thrive in a very challenging environment that we're in. This award helps many to create lots of programs for us in particular. Violence is not against women and girls is not inevitable. It's not cultural, it's not excusable, but we can do a lot together to change this. I share this recognition with the countless brave women, my wonderful staff at RISE, who speak up, stand up, and I also share it with the men who challenge toxic masculinity. I have my wonderful husband here, and model respect and work against breaking chains of violence. And my goal, and I don't know why I'm getting so emotional, but it's to strengthen entire communities. Every time we empower one girl, we challenge and invest healing and invest in a better future for all. Thank you, and thanks for the award.
Community Leadership Awards. Lady Hajar Ahmed has been involved in humanitarian and volunteer service in the UK and globally for several decades, which has earned her the affectionate nickname Helpful Hajar. From working with the British Red Cross to support the release of international missionaries held captive in the Sudan in the 2000 to being acknowledged and awarded as a Royal Jubilee Platinum Champion in Buckingham Palace in the presence of King Charles III and Queen Camilla. For her record-breaking service as an NHS care volunteer responder, completing 6,000 tasks nationwide. Lady Hajar was awarded the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea Mayoral Award for her works during the Grenfell tragedy, along with being recognized for her work supporting the end of female genital mutilation in the UK. Welcome, Lady Hajar. Congratulations. Yes.
Can we just come and put it over? Yes. Sorry. I didn't have it with you. Great. Okay, I'll count through. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Thank you.
Welcome.
What? Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi. So, first of all, I thank the organizer, and of course, I can see Margaret. She's wonderful. Robin, trustee, and the Duchess. Thank you very much for this wonderful evening. And I have nothing to say. Everything has been said. Just I take the award and walk down. Thank you so much.
Trailblazing Awards, presented to Dr. Hibu Warder. Welcome, Dr. Hibu.
Hibo, not doctor.
Hibu, welcome. In recognition of her groundbreaking contribution in breaking barriers within her field, inspiring others to follow in her footsteps, and her impactful humanitarian work, especially in underserved communities, in alignment with the UDHR. Hibu Warder is a Somali-born activist, author, and speaker companion against female genital mutilation, a survivor of type 3 FGM. She fled Somalia's civil war to London in 1989. She became an FGM educator and mediator in Walsall Forest, raising awareness among schools, doctors, and police. Featured in The Guardian, BBC, and The Telegraph, her memoir, Cut, 2016, documented her fight to eradicate FGM worldwide. She's married and she has 7 children. MashaAllah. Please welcome.
Yep, 7 children. You must be thinking, how the hell did she do that? Yeah, I have a lovely husband, put it that way. Plus, I'm African, we love kids. We just pop them up like a popcorn. We don't care. So I'm Hibo. So I came to UK in 1989. Couldn't speak one word English. And I fled civil war in Somalia. But I knew the minute I walked through Heathrow Airport, the significance of that moment was extremely monumental for me. Because at that moment I knew I'm 18, barely just reached 18. For the first time in my life, I'm going to think for myself, decide what to do, what to wear, see a boy wear those nasty aunties that know your business before you reach home. Your mom will ask you, where were you today, 3 p.m.? You know when your mom starts with that word, she knows something, yeah? She specifically said 3 p.m. Nothing like that, just me. And in a foreign country that is so cold, I don't even know it existed in the world. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it, and I'm very, very emotional at that moment because I'm realizing how life is going to change for me. Not only was I realizing that, also I had conundrum going on the other side, which is you're suffering a lot, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and physically. How are you going to discuss this with people that you don't know, not your culture, can't speak the language? How are you going to discuss that? It was a conundrum as well. But for me, I owe everything I am today to UK. I owe everything I am today, the person I am, who I turned out to be, my family, where I am, everything I owe to UK. And I never thought in a million years that I'll be standing in world stage talking about female genital mutilation. It came as an accidental way. I always talk to my husband about how I was disturbed by it. And I went to the school where my kids were going, and I asked to volunteer. And I was given that opportunity, but I was also given opportunity on education, where the head teacher was like, your kids are very smart. Do you take them to tuition? I said, no. I give them all the sweets they like so that they can teach me what you teach them daytime, so I am learning too. And he went, that's called teaching assistant, and I'm not doing that. But long time short, he gave me that opportunity, and I did, and in that setting is where, for the first time in my life, I discussed what happened to me as a 6-year-old. And that was brought on by a girl that I was helping in her studies in year 6, and the school had a suspicion. And it literally started from that, me writing a very emotionally broken English, everything you can name it, assignment to the head teacher, because I was mad at the head teacher because he was suspecting a parent, but he never taught his, there was no safeguarding lesson on FGM. So I was like, how dare you do that? And that head teacher, I don't know what he saw on me, and I'm very grateful to him. He started booking me to schools without even asking me. I'll be coming in the morning, he will tell me, you're not working today here. And I'm like, where am I working? Oh, you're going to school so-and-so to talk FGM. But I didn't say I'm going to talk. He said, tough luck, you are. And I looked at him and I said, Mr. Bulaya, you should just buy a hat and have a cane and have a pink Cadillac and you'll be my pimp. Just take me anywhere you want. But it was a beginning of something that I never dreamed it could be. And from that assignment, it was my local newspaper that came and talked to me. And all of a sudden, the whole of Waltham Forest Council were giving me a whole night to speak. And Waltham Forest became the biggest ally. They've listened and created a job for me. And I was the first ever FGM survivor to have a mediating job title. And that was to teach the police, the social workers, students, everywhere. Yeah. And from there, we became, me and other survivors, we started lobbying the government. We created the law changes in 2016 and 2014. We also created, We also created the pathways to helping women when they're giving birth, how to be helped on the NHS as well. So we created so many things. And I am very, 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 very proud African refugee / British citizen. Long title, isn't it? Yes. And we have done a lot of work. And if somebody would have told me 30 years ago, something that happened to you when you were a child would become a blessing in disguise, I would have told you that's never going to happen. But FGM is one of the cruelest child abuse that's out there. And unfortunately, our communities deem this as something that is part of our culture, our heritage. Our culture is beautiful. Our heritage is beautiful. It's got nothing to do with it. We are left with the damage that is psychological, impacting, emotional, crippling sometimes, and mentally it can be exhausting because you keep on living it. It's a lifetime trauma. I have learned how to use lifetime trauma and turn it into educational tool. And today we have an amazing charity called Educate Not Mutilate. And we go all over UK. We do lectures in universities. I think my book has become a Bible for the midwifery around UK. And I go to every single university you can think of delivering lectures. I go to every school you can think of, engaging students, delivering training to teachers, delivering training to the police. I'm on the board for the London mayors. I am in many things, and mother of 7 on top of that. So my kids, my children, I'm a very blessed woman. My oldest is 34 and he's a doctor. And my youngest is 18, just literally turned 18 in January. And then I have a young lady who's absolutely brilliant. That is my daughter called Amal, just gained her PhD. So she's Dr. Amal. And I have my 22-year-old who went to Imperial and did the chemical engineering. So I raised them well because I told them I'm African, I don't believe in pension, you are my pension. So go get education, you're looking after me. So they are quite amazing people. And one of the things that I raised with my kids is to have open heart, open mind, and respect humanity no matter what they are, where they're from. Because that is what I wanted for all my life. And my kids to have that is absolutely, utterly a blessing to be in that position where I can look at my kids and think, wow, check me out, I've done so well. I'm not even concluding my husband, I'm like, they came from there, so you can't even claim that you've done anything, so sorry. I think if men were to give birth, there will be no humanity left on earth. But for me, it's like I am very blessed and I'm very grateful. And thank you so much for recognizing my work and giving me this award. And have an International Women's Day. What does that mean? It means fabulous women. We all are fabulous no matter where we are and no matter what we do. I believe women are the most they are part of the universe. We are the integral part of the universe no matter where we are. And I believe that supporting each other is the best way to uplift, to shine spotlights on others that needs to be shown and showcased and shown how brilliant you are. So you all are brilliant in my eyes, and thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Before the reflection on the evening discussion with Mother Margaret, now let's honoring peace and excellence. As we conclude this remarkable evening, we celebrate the power of unity, leadership, and global impact. It is with great honor that we present Ms. Helena Shard as our newest Ambassador of Peace for Universal Peace Federation. A renewed royal broadcaster and journalist, Helena's dedication to peace, inclusivity, and culture diplomacy shines through her work. Her commitment to uplifting communities and promoting global harmony makes her a true force for change. Through broadcast media, she promotes peace, inclusivity, and opportunities for all, hosting shows like Talking Peace Awards and Celebrities Great Britain Royalty Rich Lifestyle. Welcome, our new Ambassador of Peace.
Thank you so much.
Please, can you say something?
Thank you so much. This is really, I wasn't expecting this, but I'm absolutely thrilled. Yeah, it's a complete surprise, and especially on the International Women's Day. It's absolutely amazing to be here as well with fellow passionate humanitarians. It's a really special day. I think we all strive for similar things. We really work towards not only peace, but thriving in peace. And it means so much to be an ambassador for peace. And hearing all these wonderful ladies' stories is so uplifting, and it's absolutely everything that I do with my show, with Ian, the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show. We shine a light on people's stories, and it's amazing to see what people achieve and what people work towards. And it always absolutely amazes me. So thank you so much. I'm really, really thrilled. Thank you. Most unexpected. And also, we would love to have guests on our show. So please do come and see me, come and see Ian, because everyone's got such wonderful stories to share, and the world needs to hear them. So thank you.
I saw a group from Hounslow. Where are they? Are there any Hounslow people here? I think it was behind you. And I also met 3 sisters. Stand up and introduce yourselves. What do you do?
My name's Nadia. I am a CBT therapist.
What therapist?
Cognitive behavior therapy.
Oh.
I'm Zara. I'm a entrepreneur and a science fiction. And I'm Zainab, and I just go to school. I'm in sixth form.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, it's so nice to see 3 sisters together on the Women's Day. It's really good. I want to encourage one person, Mrs. Julie Dyer. No, I'm going to tell you. She actually brought her husband, because I said her husband is next to her, and also she brought many people that we met together, but she did the job of getting them here herself and the other. It is such a good thing that you do. You're really very wonderful. If there is any comment, do you want to say something about what you heard or what you did or?
Okay. Good evening, all.
You can stand up, darling.
This is taking me unawares, but I'm pleased to have the opportunity to be given the liberty to speak, to have a voice among such eminent people as you. I'm so inspired tonight. I've seen so many inspiring women. I've seen inspiring men supporting their wives, their partners, with a sense of duty and commitment. Like, looking after you is a big job, so I just want to look after you. That was really nice, and I'm talking about your husband. And of course, my darling husband, who is ever so supportive and has allowed me to express myself, to network and connect with lovely people like you. Happy International Women's Day, and I hope to continue to be a part of this lovely family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something? Would you like to say something? Yes, you.
I'm Hilda, and I have the enormous... Oh, sorry. I'm Hilda, and I have the honor of being one of the earliest ambassadors
for
of peace.
yeah.
And I've taken that mission very seriously. But unlike all of you, I have sort of gone underground, and as it were, undercover, because it allows me to work at a frontier where people are in great danger for speaking out, for trying to help to bring peace into the world. And so I also have to be not seen, because if there's a connection made through me, then they are in danger. So it's a great kind of, I don't know what to say about it. I keep on feeling ambivalent, because I think I want to speak out like you, be courageous, be out there in the world, and say, we must love each other, we must bring peace to each other, we must respect each other. All the things that were said today are things that I say every day. But on the other hand, I felt that I needed to be one of the people who are unseen, except here I am standing, outed by Margaret. But I think we need to also honor people who are working in the dark for peace everywhere, particularly in conflict areas where their life is really on the line if they are seen. And there are many women who still speak out in those kind of circumstances. And there is a lot of an energy in trying to kind of protect them by making them so visible that it's more difficult to hurt them. But these are very kind of complicated lines between, you know, where you are, who you are, and what it is you can do with your passion and your love and your commitment. So a huge thank you to all those brave women who are not seen, who are not honored, who are working tirelessly for their communities for peace. And of course the men too, because without them we can't do it. It takes two of us. It takes both men and women to work together.
Of course, yes.
And
we have to work together.
Really want to thank Margaret and Robin, from my heart, for having given themselves to all of us, to all of you, for their, well, I don't know how many years of your life, at least 25 or more, 29, 30, no? Because you've been not only founder members of UPF, but you've also, before that, worked with IIF. Help me with the acronym.
Previous one. Yeah.
Yes, so the previous parent organization. And of course, you've all known Father Moon and Mother Moon, as indeed have I. And so, you know, you have really brought this alive and brought this room alive.
Thank you.
With all these wonderful people and voices that are speaking up for peace and love and respect and community.
Hibo.
Thank you.
Hibo, just 1 minute. Thank you. Hibo, there is... That lady is from Somalia.
Can I say thank you so much for your wonderful, wonderful sharing.
Somalia.
And all your love and your beauty even that you bring to this to kind of make us all feel that, you know, we somehow can.
There's a nice lady from Somalia. I want you to see her. When you get up.
Good evening, everyone.
What is your name?
My name is Nila. I came from Sri Lanka, which is a beautiful island in the Indian Ocean.
Yes.
I came from north part of Sri Lanka, which was nearly 30 years civil war. And still, I could say, a war is going on. But, okay, that's another political things. And I am very glad to see a lot of people with a lot of experience and their emotions. I really love to see everyone. And once I came on first time, the Nepal community program.
Yes, yes.
From that day, I couldn't even stop to come in here.
Welcome.
Even I came from Nottingham. So today I bring my daughter here.
Oh,
I thought
is she?
Yeah, she's just over there. She's like 23 years old.
Oh, hello.
So I thought that we have to come out of the community, like in South Asian community, especially like Sri Lanka, India, Nepal, and all the places. Women are very very close minds and they don't really come forward to the society. But once I came here, I understand a lot of things. I really work with Universal Peace Federation. I feel, as she said, what she said is true. When we came the first place, we thought about, oh, my language. I don't know how can I talk. I don't know how they will understand, or if they could able to understand our language, or there are the number of things in our head. We couldn't able to express sometime, but we really feel for it.
1 minute.
Because everyone is leaving. Can we have the picture?
Can you come in?
Can we have the final picture?
So you come also.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's better.
Come on, everyone.
We have
picture is important.
And we go.
I think a picture is very important.
Can you come, please?
Yeah?
Can you come, please?
Yeah. Sure. No, in the front. Because these pictures give the value. I thought like, sure.
Okay, thank you very much.